Death and taxes are famously inevitable, but what about decomposition? As anyone who sees a mummy knows, ancient Egyptians went to a lot of trouble to invent decomposition. So how successful were they? Living cells constantly renew themselves, specialized inside decomposed old structures, and the raw material are used to build new ones. But what happens when someone dies? Their dead cells are no longer to renew themselves, but the enzymes keep breaking everything down. So anyone looking to preserve a body needed to get a hit of those enzymes before the tissues begin to rot. Neurons die quickly, so brains were lost called ancient Egyptian mummifiers, which is why, according to Reed history in Herodotus, they started the process and hammering in spike into the skull, mashing up the brain, flushing it out the nose, and pouring 3 resin into the skull to prevent decomposition. Brain may decay first, but decay lasts much worse. The liver, stomach, and intestine contain this the enzyme of bacteria, which upon death start eating the corpse from the inside. So the priest removed the lung and examined the organ first. It was difficult to move the lung without damaging the heart, but because the heart would be believed to be the seat of the soul, they treated it with special care. They placed the visited organ in jars filled with a natural organ salt called natron. Like any salt, natron can prevent decay by killing bacteria and preventing the body natural decay inside out from working. But nature isn't just any salt. It's merely the mixture of 2 alkaline salts, and baking soda. Alkaline salt is especially deadly to bacteria, and they can turn finery into the hot soapy substance, thereby mating in the corpse structure. After dealing the corpse is over, the priest reserving body cabinet of slag of more natron and wash it clean to disinfect the skin. Then the corpse was set in a bed of still more natron for about 40 days to preserve their flesh. By the time of its removal, the alkali salt extracts the fluid from the bodies and from hard brown clumps. The crop wasn't putrid, but it did not itself smell good either. So priests poured 3 resin over the body to seal it, massage it with a waxy mixture into the oil and wrapped it in linen. Finally, they placed the mummy in the serious nesting coffin, and sometimes even the stone sarcophagus. So now circle where ancient Egyptians were invading decay. On one hand, mummies are definitely not intact human bodies. Their brain has been smashed off and flushed out. The order hadn't moved and subtle as calamity. And about half of their remaining body's masses have been drained away. Still, what remains is amazing well preserved. Even after thousands of years, scientists can perform art tests on mummies to determine their cause of death, and possible even a slight DNA samples. This has given us new information. For example, it seems air pollution is a problem in a chain Egyptian, probably because of inner fire used to make bread. Probably this was also common was Telos. So ancient Egyptians were somewhat set at even decay. Still like that, taxes are inevitable. When some mummies are drained for it, there are taxes as salted fish.